Hello and welcome to today's international fixture between Australia A and Samoa Manusina women, live from Viking Park in chilly and cool but sunny conditions here in our nation's capital. My name is Alicia Lucas, and joining me in commentary today is former Wallaroo and very expectant mother-to-be, Kiri Barker. Now, if either of us goes missing today on commentary, it's because I've either passed out in excitement from calling my first ever women's 15 match, or Kiri has gone into early stages of labour. So stick with us, folks, as it's going to be exhilarating and exciting nonetheless. A big talofa lava also to our Samoan viewers enjoying the live stream out of Canberra on Rugby.com.au. Now, Kiri, we are set for such an exciting matchup today in what is already shaping up to be a massive year for women's rugby.
Certainly is, Alicia. Two sides in the thick of their World Cup preparation. They will meet each other first at the World Cup, so today has a physical advantage and a mental advantage for whichever team can get over the line. Australia A have gone with a mix of experience and wider squad members. Most notably, Piper Duck returned to the fold in her first international match of the year in at 8. Alongside back rowers, the youngster Ruby Anderson in at 6. Emily Chancellor will run at skipper at 7. Return of Arabella McKenzie in at 12, alongside Manua Maleka at 13.
And it is going to be an exciting matchup between these two sides. The Manusina women have come off a narrow loss to Fijiana in the Oceania Championships final 2 weeks ago, going down 20 points to 24 after a first strong win over Tonga. Who do you pick out in this Manusina lineup, Kiri?
Exciting look lineup for Manusina. The second row, the experienced Issa Savalio in at 4, alongside Annalise Sio in at 5, both starring in Super Rugby Women's this year. Sui Paraisa, the skipper, in the long at 7. A late change for Manusina, Fa'asua Makisi, injured in the warm-up, who was starting at 12. She will be replaced by Melina Salele, who will now start in at 12.
And it is a huge year for the Manusina, as it will see them returning to the Rugby World Cup for the first time since 2014, as we see both teams taking the field here today at Viking Park. Emily Chancellor leading out the Australian A side today, and Sui Paraisa, the skipper of the Manusina women. It's a sunny day down there in Canberra, but we've seen some videos come through from Lane Morgan that there was frosty conditions down on the pitch as well, and it's only 7 degrees at present. Happy to be up in the commentary box, Kiri.
It's probably not quite the conditions that these two teams have played in earlier this year, but plenty of rugby between the two sides. Like you mentioned, Alicia, Manusina just coming off of the Oceania Women's Tournament in Fiji. The Wallaroos, the Pac 4 tournament here in Australia. So a lot of rugby has been played and plenty more to go in preparation for the World Cup. Every single one of those ladies eyeing off a jersey and a chance to represent their country later this year in the UK.
And we will stand by now for both teams' national anthem, the Samoa Manusina national anthem going first, followed by the Australian national anthem. Both teams high on excitement and pride and passion from those anthems as well. Both these sides faced each other in Apia Samoa last year, with the Manusina women sneaking that victory with a late penalty, winning 20 points to 17. So a little bit of redemption here for the Australian A side today. Kiri, and player to watch for them inside centre position will be Arabella McKenzie. What are your thoughts on Arabella and what she needs to do today?
Yeah, Bella McKenzie, she's wearing the 12 jersey. Typically see her running out in at 10. It'll be a really interesting position for her this afternoon, which I think she will excel in. She played with Waratahs Super W, leading them to another premiership this year. This will be her first international match for 2025, so she certainly will be ready and raring to go.
And controlling the centre of the field, we have referee Ella Goldsmith today, one of 10 referees selected for the 2025 Rugby World Cup later in this year in England. She is assisted by Jessica Ling, another one that will be going over as a referee official, and Mariciana Sabanika as well. So it'll be Tia Hines in number 10 jersey to get us underway today. She kicks high and long down, and it's fumbled early from Manusina. Yosefa unable to take that one, and Chancellor carries it into the middle of the field. Clean by Wright, and Pahiva with the first straight up run for the Australia A. Making meters easily there. A little bit of confusion from Talakai, but she tucks it under the wing and goes forward. Kramer in at first receiver. Shifts to a standing McKenzie, who fumbles the ball there, and it's turned over by Manusina, and they jump on early possession. Afui. First up carry from Theo is strong. Strong contest, but right. Referee Goldsmith will call it back to the original knock-on from McKenzie.
Bit of a nervous start for both sides. Just the handling errors first from Iosefo, and then McKenzie's late pass there. Possibly wasn't expecting that one.
Not the start that Bella would be hoping for, playing a little bit out of position, wearing the white headgear, which we don't traditionally see her in normally in that 10 position, but she'll be looking to impress Jo Yap and to put her hand up for that squad that's named later in the year for the Rugby World Cup.
On the bind, okay? Nice long bind.
We hear referee Goldsmith giving instructions to the front row there about their bind and securing on. Samoa with a scrum inside their own 22. A lot of work to get out of their own half here now. It's a strong carry off the back. Samoa get the ball rolling. Kick back from Vatau. Owen's back there to clean up. Spreading wide to Hines, and Hines looks to go to the boot. She finds touch just inside their own 22, and the ball come back to Australia for a 50-22, Kiri.
That's an excellent kick from Tia Hines. Straight on the money, 50-22 to get them started. Wonderful attacking precision. Just perfect bounce to the football. Saw Tia Hines putting on the 10 jersey earlier in the year, and she's making a meal of it so far.
Right with the run off the top of the line out. Bella with a strong carry, met with some heavy shoulders from the Samoan defenders. Fernandez gets her first touch in the game. Right, looking to play up tempo, balls out the back of Hines, but she does well to clean it up. And the Samoa's defenders pounce on her. Pohiva, strong barnstorming run there. But the contest from Yosefo is solid. Manua to McKenzie. Big incoming hit from Vatau. And she's caused a turnover there on Ruby Anderson. Big first up play from Vatau in defence.
Well, the timing from Harmony Vatau just to get up and underneath that ball. As Sefo pleading with the referee her case for her hands on the ball. You see the Wallaroos just trying to spread at the moment, use that width, but the defense from Manusina, exceptional to shut it down.
So in a similar position that we were in a couple of minutes ago, but the scrums more centre field for Samoa. And Antonio with the run down through the middle of the park. She goes over the top of Hines, but in the essence of getting the ball back, she fumbles it on the ground. And Australia now with an opportunity just outside their own 22.
It was early on the identification. Number 8, Antonio, such a strong runner with the ball. It's the second time now she's taken the ball off the back of the scrum. Something the Wallaroos will identify. That set piece time, but just the handling errors they'll need to contain if they want to get ahead in this match.
Natalie Wright from Australia A with the feed here. She darts and chooses the left-hand side. Maleka takes 2 to bring her down. Quick ball play for Wright, and Piper Duck in that notorious pink headgear with her first carry. And Samoa have done well. They've turned it over. Piper Duck potentially calling for some head contact in that collision, but Samoa have come up with the penalty for holding on.
You can just see here, Manusina, they're just doing so well to build that connection defensively. They've got one low, one straight over the top. First up tackler rolls out straight away, which enables the ability to earn that penalty.
Nice little welcome back to some test footy, Piper. A little bit of gout, bit of blood, bit of claret, sorry.
This is your mark, my outside foot, please.
Which potentially should have been a penalty there with that head-on-head contact.
Get him up, Noah. Timing, please.
With Samoa with the line out just past halfway. And it goes over the back. The first knock on from Manusina, and then second from Talakai as she fumbled that ball there, but Australia end up with possession.
Manusina just doing a lot of extra work at the moment, having to defensively fight to get that ball back in their set piece. Not the way that they want to. That's 2 scrums now and a line out. They have handed back possession to Australia A.
Wide pass out to Wright and Kramer. Taking another carry at the minute, but she's isolated, and Samoa are all over that ball. Salanico in that time was the one that got the turnover. They'll look to kick for touch.
Well, it was a set-piece move for Australia, and it was a lovely line from Kramer, just trying to be direct down that centre. But again, the support for the Wallaroos at the moment, far too late.
And Samoa bring down the liner. Afui, wide pass to Salili. We've just got confirmation that it's Salili in the 10 jersey and Vatau in the 12. Issa Savalio has turned over possession, and Piper Duck is hot on that one for the Australian A.
It's the back and forwards at the moment for both sides. Piper Duck doing what she does so well, strong over the ball. Just in the opening minutes of these games, both teams struggling just to build that cohesion in their phase play. Issues around support at ruck time. A few issues at set piece. As I mentioned, a fantastic opportunity for these sides to get some very valuable minutes as they head into the World Cup.
Talakai with the throw. Fernandez does well to tap it down to right. And the Wallaroos look to go to work wide. First touch for Flynn goes out the back to Kramer. Irwin on this right-hand edge runs out of space and has to carry in hard. Samoa strong on the ball, and it takes 4 Australian A to seal that ruck. Hot hands out the back from Fernandez as she's dumped in the background. Hines connecting up with Anderson, who's isolated on that wing, and she's picked up and dumped by Kolamua. Samoa not shying away with the physicality. Carry from Mins. And a long looping pass from Mackenzie. Chancellor does fantastic to be able to pounce on that loose ball. Mackenzie at halfway opts to kick. Finds a nice little one that sits up, and it just bounces into touch. A well-weighted kick from Arabella Mackenzie, doing what she does best in those times.
The Wallaroos just doing well with their width at the moment. What they've identified, the line speed from Manusina, quite strong, but that backdoor player position enables them to get that ball away and play to the width that they would like. Arabella Mackenzie alongside Tia Hines, some sharpshooters off the boot. So you can imagine that they'll certainly be sending it for possession when they can.
Tunu with the throw, and it's called not straight. Australia reaching across there and unable to get possession on the ball, so referee Goldsmith calls it up as a penalty in Australia's favour. Perfect platform to attack here, Kiri.
Another issue for set piece from Manusina. Coming up against these sides that are ranked quite high in the world rankings. Certainly important to nail your set piece. It's that platform. A team like Manusina, who is so strong in their running game.
So we're 10 minutes, nearly 11 minutes gone by in this game here, and still scores are locked at 0-0. A real tit-for-tat battle at the minute. Can Australia be the first to break the deadlock? Wide pass to Irwin, she cleans out the back. It was meant for Mackenzie, but she does well to scoop it up. Manusina called to release, and Australia A go again through Fernandez. Right, changes up down the left-hand edge. Chancellor with a great little offload, and here's Flynn in space. She does well to get the ball back inside, but it's eaten up by Samoa, and possession is turned over again. Afui takes her time to get her runners here, and the ball's stripped by Duck. So it's a knock-on by Samoa. Piper Duck being a menace in around those carries and rucks. And Australia with possession right on their own 5-metre line.
Yeah, you just see the work here from the back three. Australia, the two uncapped players, Piper Flynn in at 14, and one wing and Caitlin Irwin, both appearing for the Reds and Super Women's Rugby, getting an opportunity to put their hand up for potentially a World Cup squad. A very agile backline with the experience of Laurie Kramer in the middle. Certainly a lot of speed between Irwin and Flynn.
See on the wide view before, Australia is really quite narrow in their attack here. Caitlin Irwin, the right-hand edge, she's inside the sticks. Ball squirts out for right to Dolly. Short little pass. Loop out the back for Tia Hines, and a wide run to Irwin. Irwin takes on Fia, and she does well to drag her inside. Ball went back from Flynn. Irwin does well to dive on the loose ball. Australia still with possession. 2 metres from the line. Fernandez edging closer and closer to the ruck. Right, having to reach over players on the deck. Space is on to the left, or they can use it. Wide long pass from Hines. The call from Samoa that it was forward, but Manua Maleka gets the opener for Australia A. As she glides on in under the post.
Well, it's edge-to-edge stuff from Australia A to open the try-scoring account. Just this hold here from Tia Hines. You see She loops back around. Small dummy there, pull that defensive up. Caitlin Irwin with the little stutter step. The defense from Fia exceptional. Little fumble from the Wallaroos before they spread to width again, and Tia Hines unselfishly floats a long pass to Maleka out wide. No one in front of her. She races under the sticks. First try for the afternoon.
And Laurie Kramer adds the 2. So it's Australia A 7 points, leading Samoa 0. 14 minutes gone already. And Manua Maleka, the younger sister of Faitala Maleka, gets the opening score for the Australia A. Controversy from Samoa. They stopped there thinking it was a forward pass from Hines. But you've got to play to the whistle, and Australia able to capitalise on that. And Salale to get us Samoa underway on that kickoff. Anderson brings it in. The first up carry for Australia A. Talakai busting through Nonotunu. Ball going back to Hines, and she keeps long. It's up over halfway, taken well by Salele. She spreads wide to Afui. Fia on the edge, looks to go only forward. She only knows one way. Afui takes the time to set her troops. Samoa rolling forward here. Sio straightens, carries hard into the collision zone. Salele Favatau. Fui does well to clear under some pressure around the ruck from Australia A. Alupatia spreads wide. Fia on the edge versus Irwin, and Irwin does very well to take her into touch. A great low chop tackle from Caitlin Irwin sees Fia bundled in on the left-hand edge.
It's a good response from Manusina. Just building phases, probably for the first time in this match. Fia out wide. Number of carries, building meters each time. Just gets her toe on the line. Put there by the referee.
Line out from Mins is successful. And Hines looks to kick deep down again. Missed time from Fia, and she has to go backwards to get that ball. She sends a long pass to the centre of field, but the pressure from Australia A defensively is solid. And Hines with the big hit, forcing them back into their own 22. Samoa slow to get players back in support. Vatu sends it to the right-hand edge and gets it out of here for a breather.
It was a perfect territory play from Australia Hines. Australia A, apologies. Tia Hines was the one with the kick deep and the follow-up tackle just to pressure Manusina to send that kick. They'll have the line out now in a very good attacking position, about 25 metres out.
Talakai goes to Fernandez again. That combination working well off the line out. Mackenzie opting to carry this time. Dumming to Hines off that loop around play. Anderson, strong, powerful in her carry. Hines in at first receiver, out the back to Kramer. Hands to Flynn, and it's Irwin one-on-one with Lassini. Lassini does well to bring her in and force her in field. Mins. Right, spreading. Shooters from Samoa, but Pahiva changes angles and goes forward. Hines again, Piper duck, Maleka out the back. Ball's loose and Kramer has to go backwards to work on it. The pressure from the Samoans' defense isn't going anywhere. Sui Paraisa holds on to one leg there. Mins another carry. She's getting through a lot of work early, Tiara Mins. Mackenzie to Maleka at the back. Steps off the right foot. She's found space. Maleka's going to get the double. Milana Maleka, her first taste of international level for Australia, and she's already got 2 tries in this match. An incredible start for her and for Australia A thus far.
Well, the girls just starting to find their rhythm this morning in this match. Maleka off the right foot, straight down the middle. Turns on the afterburners, but it's just the work here, especially from Tia Hines, Arabella McKenzie, controlling the ball in the center of the field, opening up the gaps defensively from Manusina. I'll certainly be happy with that one.
19 minutes gone. Australia 12 points to nil with the kick to come here from Laurie Kramer. Just shaves away to the right. Renowned for her conversion percentage here. She's 1 from 2 today thus far.
At the moment, Alicia, it's the uncapped players who are stepping up in this Australian A side at the moment. You can see the work there. Irwin and Flynn working to each other's wings, doubling up on each side, allowing that space and time to shift back. Maleka, great second try for this morning.
Salele kicks down to that left-hand edge again. And Duck returns serve off the kick. Wide pass. Maleka wants more. That step off that right foot again into contact. Penalty advantage here. Samoa not rolling away. Right goes quickly. She's found space through the middle of the field. She's got no one with her. She's got to keep her feet here. She's done very well, Nat Wright. The supporters arrive and Mackenzie in at halfback. Pahiva with another strong carry, bumps one off. But penalised for not releasing the ball. So she's tackled to ground. She has to be able to place pick up if she wants to go again.
We've seen it before many times from Nat Wright. Super Rugby women's. Just that ability to see the defence on the back foot. They get the penalty, quick tap and go straight down the middle. As you mentioned, Alicia, Feliki Pahiva just getting a bit too excited. She was tackled, was held. She needed to release that ball to go again.
Yeah, a real momentum killer for Australia A. But an opportunity for Samoa here, down just outside of their own half. Referee Goldsmith just explaining positioning on the field for the line out, keeping that gap in space. Sia with the ball fumble, but it goes back. And Onisimo Tualipa loses the ball in contact. Maleka goes wide here, Flynn. Flynn with the fence, she's taking on the space. She keeps the ball in field, but it's gone back onto the Manusina side. Sia with another strong carry. Ailupatia taking her turn to run into this gold wall. A clearing kick outruns Hines. And it'll be Australia with the line out just outside their own half.
A change already for Australia A. Just 22 minutes into the game. Number 17, Sally Fuisena, takes the field in the front row for Lydia Kavoa.
And the line out goes to work. Chancellor with the offload to Kramer. Piper Flynn with the fend on the left. She fends another, but she's able to hold on. She stays in field and does well on the edge. Does Flynn. Fernandez straightening, getting that go forward that Australia A needs.
Counteract is legal. Don't touch the line, well done.
Nonutunu with the great counteract, but no one there in support. Talakai chopped low by Sui Paraisa, the skipper of Manusina. Mackenzie with a little dink over the top. Irwin's in chase, but Afui does really well The pressure coming hot from Ruby Anderson, and Samoa need to clear that ruck.
Let's use it, please, Blue. Wait.
And a kick from Lassini doesn't find touch, and Kramer gobbles it up. Hines attacking that line. She runs straight into traffic in Vatau. The space is there from Flynn, but she was met with some hot pressure from Fia. Australia reset to go again. Fuisayana, Samoan born, looking to play against her home country. The ball's gone back, looking a little bit messy and untidy in around the ruck, but Australia A have come back up with it. Pahiva looking to ball play, but keeps it under her own wing and carries forward. Mackenzie taking on the line, another little stab through. Maleka was checked as she was getting through there, but Mackenzie didn't need her, and she does it all herself. The jinx through and the put down. Arabella Mackenzie with Australia's third score and her first of the day.
Arabella Mackenzie and her welcome back to the gold jersey this morning. She has been impressive in this opening half. Just another little nudge through. She thought for anything that Maleka was on the chase, but held up defensively. She just went herself. Beautiful bounce. Bit of a scramble from Australia A. Manusina just doing all that they could to hold them out. Lovely weighted kick. Her international return for 2025.
And Kramer adds the extras, and so it's Australia A 19 leading Samoa 0. 25 minutes gone in this first half. A great little change-up of play from Mackenzie to hold those shooting Samoan defenders, Kiri.
Well, it's the forwards as well from Australia A, just how directed they're being, drawing in those defenders, allowing those gaps to open up so their backs can explore some attacking prowess.
Salele with the change-up of tactics, and she goes to the left. Brought back by Fuisayana from Australia A. Right with a long pass back to Kramer. She goes downtown with her kick, but it's taken on the full by Lassini. She spreads to Salele, who's met by the shoulders of Pahiva. Afuita Nonotunu steps off the left, hard into the breakdown. Some nice slick hands from Manusina. Savaleo tucks and carries, and she's screaming, grabbing at her right knee there. Not what we want to see, Kiri.
No, not at all, and it was instantaneous, Alicia. See, she's in a world of pain. Certainly an injury, identified that quickly. It's not good whatsoever. Manusina beforehand, good ascendancy in their attacking. Not a traditional style of play, just direct. As you can see here, unfortunate consequence of the game that these girls play.
Yeah, it's devastating when you see a player go down with that initial injury and reaction, and we're hoping that Issa Savaleo is not as serious as what it could be. But this game in particular, Kiri, is a really good opportunity for Manusina and the Samoan women to get an indicator of where they are at for their performance as a team, and use it as a building block towards Rugby World Cup. These two sides, Manusina and Australia, Wallaroos will face off in that opening match at the Rugby World Cup later this year on August 23. So this game in particular is a fantastic opportunity to see where both teams are at in their preparations for that too.
And both sides still exploring those opportunities for those players to grab World Cup jerseys. You see here both sides a mix of their capped experienced players and allowing those players who are not yet capped or haven't had much game time this year on the international stage to get a run, to have an opportunity. Tough pull ahead for both teams. English Roses, current world #1s in the pool. Both sides will face up against Those girls in white and red.
Yeah, a huge challenge for both teams to be able to play the host nation, let alone world #1 in the world in the Red Roses. As we take a look back through some of the key moments thus far, the first try from Australia going to Manua Maleka, a long, beautiful pass from Tia Hines that Samoa thought was forward, but all fair play to them, and Maleka opened the account.
It's just been a solid start from Australia A, probably just having the better hand of control attacking-wise. Just biding their time, building their phases and allowing those gaps to open up. See Manua Maleka with her second for the morning. She almost had her third. It was Arabella McKenzie with a little nudge through. Maleka was on the chase, held up defensively, and Arabella McKenzie was playing out of position in 12, but certainly doing a good job alternating between that 10-12 jersey, a playmaker in her own right in at 12, and balancing that with Tia Hines in at 10.
I think that's the beauty of the attacking opportunities for the Australian A side, is that they have players that can swap in and out of that 10-second receiver role in Kramer, McKenzie and Hines as well, and adding that versatility there, a play of attack, keeps defenders absolutely guessing, and at the minute it's working well for them against Samoa.
Easter Savalio just getting medical attention. I've been told she is on the green whistle, so it's not looking good for her.
And we see at the conclusion of this match, the next home game that the Wallaroos will play will be against Wales at Ballymore Stadium on Saturday the 26th of July. So put that one in your calendars. All of our Wallaroos supporters to get down and out to. They'll only have 2 matches left on Australian soil before they head off to the Rugby World Cup in England later this year. So do as much as you can to support our Wallaroos in their Rugby World Cup bid. Their second match will be against Wales again at North Sydney Oval on the Friday, the 1st of August as well.
Both these teams and their wider squads have been in numerous camps for many weeks, so certainly a huge calendar for both sides of rugby in the lead up to the World Cup. Big ask physically and mentally for all these women chasing hopefully the elusive World Cup title.
And the Manusina women, they have just come off the Oceania Championships campaign where they've been in camp in Fiji for 2 weeks for that as well. Following the conclusion of this match, they will go into camp potentially with a game in New Zealand, and then they will play a test match versus Fiji before they fly to the United Kingdom in August as well. So a huge year for them, the first return to the Rugby World Cup since 2014. So it'll be all of the Samoan women, their debut at a Rugby World Cup later this year. Even Sui Paraiso, who's 27 caps for Samoa, it'll be her first Rugby World Cup as well if she is selected too. So it's a huge occasion for the Manusina women. A lot of them who aren't professional, they're in campaign, they are part-time program. A lot of them work and have jobs outside of representing their country as well. And so this opportunity hopefully will be able to bolster their ability to get that recognition and exposure and help foster their national pathway programs as well, and the development they're doing through their youth too. And we saw the Penina Pacifica as part of the Super Rugby Pacific Women's competition this year, where a lot of the Samoan Manusina girls played in that if they weren't playing for a Super Rugby Pacific team or a Super Rugby Aupiki team as well. So there's a lot of footy to be played for the Samoan women as well.
Just the work that Manusina have been doing in the past few years, and the reward is the return to the World Cup this year. So you see just the pride and the emotion that they play with Sui Paraiso, getting emotional in the national anthem prior to the game, and cannot forget 2023 Oceania Pacific tournament, which Manusina actually won over Fijiana in an incredible last-minute nudge over the post from Manusina player Cassie Siatanga. So, as you mentioned, a lot of work happening in the Pacific. Pacific Penina having that opportunity, as you said, Alicia, against the Super W sides, and a number of these players appearing in their own representative rights. So, certainly a great opportunity for these women, and plenty of rugby to be played in the future. culture.
You could see that pride and passion on Sui Paraisa's face during the anthem, and she spoke on that Pacific Sports Show earlier this week with former Sevens player Tiana Penatani, and she was saying it was a dream come true last year for her to play against the Australia A in Samoa in Apia last year, where they had that win over Australia A, and it was the first time she ever got to play on the motherland, and it was an opportunity to put Samoa on the map. And to be able to share their culture with the world as well. I had a chat with Annalisa Sio earlier as well this week, and she said that what makes the Manusina team is their resilience as a group with the little time that they have together and the connection that they may make with each other through their culture. As we see now, Ista Savaleo taken from the field, and all the Manusina team clap her off and stop to pause. Never a sight you want to see on the field is a player going down like that, Kiri.
Yeah, especially in a World Cup year, you have to feel for her. She certainly will be something that she'll be thinking about, but great medical attention that she's in.
So we should be looking to get back underway very soon. 26 minutes gone in this first half. Australia A leading 19 points to 0. Just had a short break in play due to an injury to Issa Savaleo, who was taken from the field. Our thoughts are with her in her recovery as well, and we're wishing her all the best. As we're set to restart this game with a scrum to Samoa. Big push from the Wallaroos, but Antonio gets it out to Afui in a nice hard run. Direct from Samoa. Antonio with another carry. Bumps off one. Duck in the middle of the field. Nafui had to size up her options. Twin sister Demiele Onesimo Tualipa on the field now. Batou chopped low. 2 passes infield for Samoa. And a carry from Yosefo. Out the back to Paraisa. She runs hard ball in 2 hands. Links up with the outside. She takes on Kramer. Turns her inside out, but Kramer got the right way around and brought her down. But Samoa are on the march here. First time they've been inside their own 22. Onesimo Tualipa at the back. Batau. Owen one-on-one with Nonotunu. And Linda Fia flirting with danger. And Hines pushes her into touch and off balance. But a great phase of play from Samoa to get in their own 22 and look sharp on attack.
Well, Fia, she's just been probing on that left-hand side this whole first half. It's probably the best attacking phases from Manusina entering into their 22. Demiel Onesimo Tualipa takes the field in at jersey number 20. One of the 3 of the Onesimo's sisters in the squad from Manusina this afternoon.
Long line out from Australia A, done well to brought down with Fernandez. Duck getting through some carry work in her return to international footy. Deep kick from Hines, the pressure from Samoa, but she does very well to get the distance on that clearing, does Tia Hines.
Yeah, strong clearance from Hines. Manusina still an opportunity to attack within Australia A's half.
Slow to set, but tap back basketball styles from Paraisa. And Antonio direct with her ball running. Nice loop from Afui. Offload to Fia, who's strong in her contact. Mackenzie holding on for dear life, but Fia does well to get it back. The counter-ruck's legal. And it was Fia who was playing it on the ground from Samoa. Nice little interchange, Kiri, play of hands. A little change up and spark in the Samoan attack.
Yeah, Anna Rafui, one of the Australian-based players. Late inclusion to the Western Force for Super Rugby this year. Plays for Sunnybank Rugby Club. She's doing well to control Manusina attacking line at the moment.
Salakai Demins with a clean line out. Nice little dink and chip from Hines, and she gets ahead of Demiella. She scoops up the ball and she passes it to Mackenzie. The pressure came from Samoa and Maleka couldn't handle it. And Samoa out of trouble here and they look to regather. Deep back into their own kick and shanked off the boot from Vatau. You even see the hands go to the mouth. That wasn't where that ball was meant to be. But Goldsmith will bring it back to the center of field.
Well, it's this playmaking combination between Hines and Mackenzie. It was Arabella Mackenzie just sending the clear comms to Hines, looked up, saw no one at home, told her to put the nudge through, and just that late ball to Maleka on the inside.
Yeah, it was Falaniko from Samoa who made that great last-ditch tackle on Maleka to cause the fumble and the early knock-on. So we've brought it back for that original knock-on to the center of the field. So Samoa feed inside their own defensive 22. Antonio to Afui off the base of the ruck. Salele with a kick from playing 9. Dribbles down towards Kramer. Sizes up her opposition. Steps and jinks in towards field. Ball slow to come out from right. Mins up through the middle of the field. Oh, and an intercept from Paraisa. Has she got the toe to go all the way? She's pumping the legs, but Chancellor will drag her down. She's inside her own 22. She gets the offload away to Falaniko. Samoa have some momentum here. Afui with the ball. Onesimo Tualipa. Christabel with the ball in hand. Yosefo trying to get meters forward. They're inside their own 10 meters. Sio with another run. Place pick up and go from Demiella. The offload was good, but it went through all hands. Samoa still with possession here. Nonotunu goes direct. A great clean out from Samoa, keeps possession in tight. Antonio low to the ground, forcing the Australian defenders to work and maintain possession. They go to Paraisi again, long wide pass. Lacini, ball back on the inside. Oh, and a reaching over, and Samoa have scored. Falaniko with the inside ball, and unrelenting pressure from Manusina gets their first score.
Incredible try from Manusina, and it started off the captain. Have a look at this. Sui Paraisa read it like a book, almost fumbled it. She looks up and goes to work, palms her legs. Nothing but Australia defenders on the chase. But Manusina do an exceptional job to scramble and get there. And just the offload work to keep the ball in play. Finished off by Falaniko. Lovely try from Manusina. Whole team involved to get their scoring, firing in this match.
The connection in attack was brilliant from Manusina. They were patient, and they were able to reap the rewards of a really brilliant team try. The kick just short of the post. So the score stands at 19 points, Australia A, and Samoa on the board with 5.
Sui Paraisa just almost having a hand in everything. See the lovely little offloads back on the inside. Very deserving try to Manusina.
So just under 5 minutes left to play in this first half. Australia 19 points to Samoa 5. And Hines goes high and long with the chase, and Flynn does well to get under it and tap it back. Chancellor's there in that rabbit position to pick it up. Mins with the little offload. And the great carries all round. The cheeky little offload out the back from Pohiva. Advantage to Australia A. Samoa told to release and they held on. Hines attacking the line direct. Takes 4 to bring her down. Penalty advantage still to Australia A. Mackenzie goes long and wide. Irwin one-on-one, and with the fancy feet, she does it all. Caitlin Irwin taking on her winger one-on-one and coming up with the goods.
Well, the response from Australia A is swift and fast. Irwin, the one over the line, and it's off the kickoff. Piper Flynn with a lovely chase. Is able to bat that ball backwards, find her forwards. Just take that ball direct again. Arabella Mackenzie looks up, sees Irwin with just the one defender. Back a few paces in front of her, and Irwin has tried a number of times just to penetrate the defensive line of Manusina, and she's been able to collect this time. Impressive on this right-hand side, the youngster.
A great counter response from Australia A, getting another 5-pointer on the board. Laurie Kramer with a brilliant strike sees her add another one to her conversion list, and it's 26 points to Australia A, leading Samoa 5. Mackenzie pulling the strings with a wide, long pass, and Irwin with the fancy, fabulous feet to finish. Samoa in no rush to get back for the kick. Just under 2 minutes left in play. And Salele goes back to that left-hand edge. Piper Duck, a little skip and scoot into the contact zone. Fernandez playing ball player at the back. Mackenzie to Chancellor. Gets through a lot of work, Emily Chancellor. Talakai, strong, dominant in her ball running. Right, looking for options. It's Hines, it sits at the back behind her and kicks down the throat of, not what the Samoa Manusina needed. A little fumble from Lassini goes through the hands. It was a nice, beautiful pass from Salele, and she just looked up before she was able to catch that one.
Yeah, an unfortunate error from Lassini. Really the point of difference for this Australia A side at the moment, having the likes of Kramer and Hines in that back play, the ability to really get some meters on those kicks for territory, just pressuring Manusina to make a decision deep within their half.
Right with the feed to the Australia A scrum. Ball's going forward, told to use it. Pressure coming from Samoa and the ball's loose. Kramer has to kick. She just finds touch before it bounces out, but it was an absolute bullet that went down that right-hand side from Laurie Kramer.
And again, just a strong decision from Kramer. Under pressure, nothing happening attacking-wise, just looking for those outer edges. A set piece for Australia A, very strong. Manusina starting to build some ascendancy at line-out time, but having issues with it.
Disrupted, but it's back for Manusina off the line out. And Antonio, the one to put her hand up again to get the hard power meters forward. Afui sends it back to Salele. And Hines is underneath that one. They spread wide to the left edge. Mackenzie shapes to kick, but she opts to step back in field again. Bumping off Parasa, who's no mean feet to bump off. Pahiva carries in, the ball spits out for Wright. Fernandez attacking the advantage line hard. Looked to be a little fumble from right there, but the ball's gone clear. Anderson out the back to Kramer, and an over top lollipop pass from Kramer to Flynn. Flynn fighting for meters in her carries. Told to use. It's Duck who's looking to bump off Manusina defenders. Again, Kramer in at first receiver playing. Talakai hitting the line hard. Loose places, the space is there, and read well by Manusina. Charge down from Nonatunu. Afui scoots out of the ruck, and the ball just loose. Bubbling into touch from Fia. And Goldsmith calls it, and that'll be half-time. A dominant display from Australia A, leading the Samoa women 26 points to 5 at Viking Park here in Canberra. And we are back. It is currently halftime in this international fixture between Australia A and Manusina women. Australia A leading 26 points to 5. We have had an exciting first half. No baby thus far from Kiri Barker, but we will take you through some of the action of the first half.
Yeah, that's right. It's the girls in gold who have been doing the most just to control the pace of this game. We see here the opening of the scoring account, Nurmaleka starting in that 13 jersey. No one in front of her, just able to cross quite easily the work from Australia A. Using their width, using their speed. And then once again, Nurmaleka off the right foot, straight down the middle. Finds herself amongst the forwards with the mismatch, and she has the double. And then again, Australia A just getting to work. Felika Pahiva getting Australia on the front foot. Arabella McKenzie, spoken about her at great length in this opening half in that 12 jersey, but very much still playing a playmaker's role. Gets her 5 for this afternoon. And the Manusina skipper, Sui Paraisa, in the lead up to their first try from Drena Falaniko with a beautiful intercept. Had a 50-metre run from her, but it was the response from Australia A, Caitlin Irwin, on this right-hand wing, just trying to get through that defensive line the whole first half, and finally gets over to final out the score, 26-5, Australia A.
There were some promising sides from the Manusina Samoa women, but still a lot of work to do in this second half, with Australia A leading 26 points to 5. Stay with us. We will take a short break and we'll be back for all the second half action not too far away. And we are back underway for the second half here at Viking Park. We see Australia A in the gold jerseys and Manusina Samoa in the blue. First half score, 26 points to Australia A and Samoa on 5. Referee Ella Goldsmith is taking charge of the centre of field.
Good. Yeah. Good to go. Come on.
And Manusina will get us underway. Short little takeoff taken on the 5 by Anderson. Did well to react. Samantha Wood on in the 23 jersey in the 9 position.
Okay, knock on by blue. Tackle over.
Coming back from a nerve injury in the shoulder, and this is her first match and international experience
In the tackle.
in 2025.
You see both sides running in this second half with some fresh changes. Carrying a few extra players on the bench today, a little bit more than your typical match day 23, 25 players and 26 respectively for Australia A and Manusina. So plenty of opportunity to use their reserves, get them some valuable minutes. Into the field, Sinead Ryder for Manusina. On her debut, Maddie Eva in at 21 takes the field.
So Wood feeds the scrum on the right-hand side, and she looks to dart back down towards the left. Kramer coming out the back off the hip of Hines. Met with force in Falaniko and dragged towards the sideline. Nilmaleka into second receiver, passes on to Inakavadra with the clean out. And she was told to leave it from the referee as she was taking out the opposing threats. And she gives away a penalty for Australia A.
It's a good defensive start from Manusina, and for Australia A to see Sammy Wood back on the field. She was one of their breakthrough stars in 2024. It's been clouded with a number of injuries. Wasn't able to play Super Women's Rugby for Western Force this year, so it's fantastic to see her back out onto the field.
Nice take from Pararaisa at the top of the line, out at the front. Well held there from Ryder. And they go down the left-hand side. Falaniko with the darting run. She finds support in Salele. And Samoa have opened their account early, stunning Australia down the left-hand edge. And it's Salele in the number 10 jersey to open the account.
Well, an emphatic start from Manusina just to announce their presence into the second half in the reserve. Sinead Ryder busting through the Australia A defensive line. Manusina doing well to work through width. Offloads have been strong points of theirs in this match. Just a lovely offload there to Salele. Manusina first to score in the second half.
And we saw the silky skills of Captain Fantastic in Pararaisa. Her sevens and rugby league experience. She's represented New Zealand in rugby league and Samoa in rugby league, as well as Manusina in the sevens and 15s. She opened up that left-hand side with that long pass. Oh, and we see Vatau, who's been timed out by the referee, not getting that kick in within the 30-second parameter that she has. So unfortunate that 2 points are left out there for Manusina. Beautiful passing from Pararaisa and a fabulous offload from Falaniko at the death of falling, to able to open up Salele with some silky skills from the Samoa Manusina.
Yeah, I'll go inside.
So Hines with the high restart, so renowned for her kickoffs in the sevens field, and she's brought that again here to the Australian A. We see Kazlik in the 24 jersey on the field as well. Afu kicks back down to Vatau. And Kramer is underneath it. Hines looks to kick, but she throws a long, wide pass over to Irwin. Irwin steps back in off the right. She's brought down by one, and the clean out is fantastic from Australia A. At the back from Kramer, there's hot pressure, but it's Cody. First time that she's been seen in international colours. She has a barnstorming run down the centre of the field. Wood's there to clean up, but she's under pressure. She gets the offload away to Hines. Tui Nakavadra. Loose carry. The knock on the base of the ground there slows that momentum that Australia were building there, Kiri.
Well, Annabelle Cody, the big second rower, starred for the Waratahs this year. Very impressive form this season, and she gets her opportunity back in the gold jersey and certainly making the most of it very quickly. A lovely run down the middle of the field to Tui Nakavadra. Also on in this second half. Just a little bobble there, fortunately.
30 seconds, time's on.
Falanikos had a big start from Manusina early. She was the one that made that strip on Tui Nakavadra and did that brilliant offload to Salele. She's looking to have a big impact in this second half for Manusina.
Coach! Fine!
Big push from Australia A, but Samoa were able to get a clean. Ryder kicking and stepping her legs through the contact, and she's strong collision. We've got Australia A down in back play as the ball soars into touch here. And we'll take a minute to check on that Australia A player.
Looks like Sally Fuisena, Alicia, who's just receiving some attention. Possibly lifting up her ankle or knee.
Oh yeah, crackling now. Are we injured?
She's taking some nice deep breaths and trying to get herself sorted.
Okay,
See teammate in Talakai tapping her, telling her to get up. You're right.
Are we inside or outside?
It's tough.
Outside, okay. All
Seems
good,
to be a
thanks.
little ankle roll, looking for
I'll go
support
here
from
and
the
then
staff there.
The Samoan girls. Yep.
But a fast start from both sides thus far in this second half.
You girls are going to be on the 22.
As we clap her off to the sideline, and hopefully that's not too serious or sinister, Kiri.
Yeah, hopefully just a precaution that she's coming off with the injury.
Talakai with the throw. Cody takes it well, but she's a little loose arm in there. Kaslik off the right foot, stepping through the middle of some Manusina defenders. Fernandez goes sideways but carries through. Swift, quick hands from Maleka to Kramer. Kramer's brought down. Falanikos still in a pest in around that ruck. Wood gets her runners organised, and it's Cody who puts the hand up. She wants as many minutes as she can in this gold jersey. Chancellor offload to Irwin. Irwin, who's been strong when she's had the ball in contact. Takes 3 Samoan defenders to bring her down. And she plays picks up and go again. The 7 smarts of Irwin. They're hitting close to the line. Cody upright in her carry. I think she'll be held up by the Samoan defenders. Carrying too high into that collision zone and had 4 Manusina around her.
Offside, 21.
Solid defense from Manusina just to hold it up, but Australia A playing under the advantage.
Yep.
Sammy Wood just opting to go back down this blind side.
On the 5, ladies.
Trying to expose those gaps. Irwin very close to the line.
Wait till they hit the ground, okay?
Annabelle Cody winding up about 5 metres out. As you mentioned, Alicia had 4 defenders on it.
More. Access is good.
Fernandez does well, and they start the driving maul. Talakai's at the back with it, and Australia A are going. They're going, and they're over.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Emily Chancellor is in the middle of that line-out maul, and she gets her first of the afternoon.
Well, textbook from Australia A. that set piece time, 5 metres out, a well-constructed maul. Certainly nothing going to stop them. You just see the connection there from the forward pack. Adiana Talakai at the end. Emily Chancellor, the one to finish it off for her team. Some solid work from this Australia A side.
I think Talakai was at the back waiting for it to get handed out to her, and Chancellor said, no way, mate, that's mine today.
You know it's good when you're fighting over who scores the try.
She's got through some work today, skipper Chancellor, and well deserving of that try as Kramer's kick conversion just goes to the left. So it's Australia A 31 points, leading Samoa 10. A nice well-constructed set-piece play from Australia A. I'm sure head coach of today's match, Sam Needs, who's the forward coach of the Wallaroos, he'll be well and truly happy with that performance from the forwards. Australia let that one bounce from the return from Samoa. Dui Nakavadra winds up and she's found some space in around the referee. It's her one-on-one with Afui and she leaves her in her wake. She's got supporters in Wood. Wood is looking to chase down. Will she be able to get all the way there? Salele comes across in cover, but the Australian A supporters are there. Ball's back from Dui Nakavadra. Talakai has to clear up, fix that one there. Hitting the line hard is Pohiva. Wood to Hines, out the back to Maleka. Kazlik's on. She's got runners outside of her. She shapes up with the long pass out to Irwin. Irwin met from Curry, a strong defender in herself. Maleka takes them on again. Caught high there potentially from Sio. Cody runs into two blue defenders. And they've got advantage for a high tackle. Kramer looking to go wide. Ruba Anderson had the space there. Flynn does so well, so strong to stay in field. Cody just swatting defenders left, right and centre. It takes the skipper and Pararaisa to chop her down to ground. Another great steal from Falaniko, but the advantage was there for Australia A, so Goldsmith will bring the play back for a penalty for the high tackle.
Just a bit of fatigue starting to set in for Manusina. Number of penalties now against the side. So strong and attacking. You saw her off the kickoff. Tabua Tui Nakivadra. Wide open gap. Looks like they're going to take the quick tap.
I love the change up. Keep that ball in hand, and Fernandez gets the ball rolling. She's brought down just 5 out from the line. Advantage for Australia A. Rider over the top of it was illegal. Maleka really taking her chances today and so confident in her ball carries at the line. Cody, she's got through some work since she's come on the field.
Knock on there.
No advantage there. Another knockback from Australia.
20.
Manusina have to start to be careful down in this part of the field. 5 metres out, and they've given away repeat offences.
Ladies, discipline here, please.
Again, looking to go quick. Tui Nakavadra hits Pohiva hard at the line. Oh, but she's knocked it on.
Have we got that knocked on by Gold first and then backwards by Blue?
Referee Goldsmith is going to talk to the referee on the side.
First knock on by 3 Gold.
And it was Kiri, a knock on by Pohiva. So close to that try line.
Okay.
What a stop from Manusina.
Come off. 10, did you say?
Well, she was pretty much through, Alicia. Felika Pohiva just getting white line fever, but it looked to be the hands of Makisi
Bind up now.
disrupting that ball and causing the knock on. So the discipline just becoming an issue for Manusina defensively. They're working in overtime to hold off this Australia A side at the moment. And they'll take this one as a win. Still not out of danger.
Keep the stability. flexibility, ladies. Wait
Yeah,
till
that's
the
a
ball.
huge win from Manusina. Not often that Pohiva is stopped that close to the line.
Fine. Set. Steady up here, pick it up.
Big scrum
Use it,
coming
balls
from
out.
both sides, and Manusina get it out. It's Fia. It has to do the groundhog work to get them out of their own
And away now,
5 metre
ball.
line.
She's fine.
Slow from Afui and hard chases from Australia, but Manusina opted not to kick, and they're looking to run from their own half.
We got.
The pressure was good from Australia A, and they've caused and forced a knock on here.
Team up. Who said team up?
They love the confidence from Manusina.
Touch on the ground.
He certainly is brave to try and run it out
Mark's here.
of your red zone.
Let's come in.
And then Manusina just appealing to the referee. They didn't see anything wrong with that one. It did look like it went backwards, but Harry Golding has holded a knock on for Manusina. Australia A scrum 5 metres from their try line.
Yeah, definitely on that, unlucky on that one to be on the receiving end now of a scrum 5 metres out from their own line. Wood with the feet, and they slow shove on Tui Nakavadra, comes off the back. She's dragged down by Paraisa. Fernandez hit with a heavy wall of blue. Something that Samoa have not shied away from is the physicality this afternoon. Get back up and repeat attacks and goes from Australia A. Anderson at the base of the ruck, she wants her turn, but she's held up and handled over. Kramer out the back. Ellis with the filthy feet. Waiaria Ellis has come on the field, and with her first touch, she slices open the Manusina defenders and dots over right underneath the posts.
As you said, Alicia, first touch, first try. Manusina, valiant effort defensively just to hold off those forwards. With the pass out to Ellis in that gold jersey. She was waiting and ready for it, winding up. And just beautiful footwork. We've seen it so many times from the youngster. Easy over for 5 points.
I can see how the Manusina defender would have been confused by those feet. She's got 2 different coloured shoes on, Kiri. It's hard to know whether she's one player or another. And Kramer off the tee adds another 2 points to see Australia push their lead out to 38 points to 10. Still early inside this second half.
Well, it's just exhausting stuff from Manusina at the moment defensively, having to hold out the attack of Australia A. Certainly leading to those gaps out wide. As we mentioned, just the defensive aggression from Manusina. Incredible.
You see Tetana Patiachung coming on the field for Manusina. It's fabulous to be able to have that extended bench for game opportunities for all players across the squad preparation. Chancellor definitely let that one roll, but
That's a forward pass and goal. It's been taken back by goal.
I think she just needed to let that one go. Alicia was about to go over the dead ball line. She just picked it up before it went out.
I think she must have heard, Kiri, that the referee had called touch. And so you see the ball go here. She's just touched it, I think. Maybe she would know better than anyone. Maybe she didn't touch it when the pressure was coming.
Go, Mark's here.
You see the pass. Risky play, not what you want to be doing inside your own dead ball line at all, Kiri.
Keep the space on the bind, please. Crouch. Bind. Set. Steady. Hold. Elbow. Yes, 9.
Afui with the wide long pass to Vatau. And it's a brilliant run around from Manusina. Still got the ball here in the hands, the pass is poor from Salale.
Option of a scrum or a line out.
Salale, sorry,
Yeah, scrum or
and
a line out.
it bounces into touch with the sweep around run, Kiri. Brilliant.
Well, Manusina that set it up perfectly. Backdoor. Trying to find Curry in just that last few passes. Not able to find the hands, run out of space. Manusina.
Great line out under pressure on their own 5 is Australia A. Nakavaja stepping off through one defender. Another strong carry from her. Wood clears deep to Kramer, who just boots it out of there and gets it just outside of the defensive 22.
Manusina really starting to utilise their bench. They've got plenty of fresh legs out there. Good change, and injection into this match.
Nice tap back from Paraisa. Great barnstorming run from Eva. The ball's lost from that extra pass is pushed from Patiachung.
And we're going to play to the whistle.
Sui Paraisa not happy with the decision there from Goldsmith, and she's marched back for a little bit of back chat. So Australia get a free 10 metres in that instance. Australia changing up their tactics and looking to go to the quick tap. Ellis again, her electric speed and energy as she's come off the bench, adding a great little bit of interjection. Kramer wide at first receiver. Pahiva trying to play ball player, and she's lost that loose pass, and Samoa on the counter attack now. And it's Curry who turns it over as well.
Sorry, girls. First knock on. Go straight sideways.
So the fast pace of the attack coming unstuck for both sides.
It's an interesting decision from Australia A within their 50 to go for the tap, but Kramer, she obviously looked up Manusina thinking that they would go for the kick, and she sees on that left-hand side, not many defenders lining up. Spreads wide just to try and find that speed. So you see change to the front row. Feliki Pahiva, Adiana Talakai done for the day alongside Emily Chancellor. So a string of new forwards into this Australia A pack. Again, some fresh legs to do some damage in the second half.
We've got Brianne Brown as well in that front row pack for Australia A. She'll come on just earlier as well too, so a whole new setup. And a penalty for Manusina at the scrum time. They look to go quick, but the referee Goldsmith called them back. Tap from Afui, finding some runners in Filimaua. Loopy long pass off the knee, but Australia A pounce on it. Kazlik looking for runners in decisive meters. Kramer sends it on the boot, and they're in hot pursuit. Patiachung under some pressure. Kramer, no one knows who the ball. Kramer though, she's stolen it. Cody looking for another run across field. She finds Lily Bone in the green headgear. And Brown is in support. But she's looked to be turned over as she was isolated. Wood couldn't get the clean out. And Manusina relieve themselves from pressure again.
It's Filimaua strong over the ball. We see here in the lead up, Laurie Kramer. Just a back and forth between these two sides. Reserves onto the field, trying to find their combinations again. Trying to build that cohesion. Just the effort defensively from Manusina, really trying to keep themselves in this match at the moment.
touch off the penalty. Line out throw for Filimao. Go to the ever-reliable skipper and Paraisa. Ryder tucks the head down and looks to charge into the collision zone. Merlot, usually a pest for the Waratahs at the breakdowns, in around there for Australia A. Kramer links up with Ellis. Ellis takes them on, one-on-one. Dancing, beating defenders for fun is Ellis. She's still going, youngest out there on the park. An unfortunate knock-on for Ellis at the base of the scrum sees Australia's momentum slowed again.
It's just that placement of the ball from Ellis. Fortunately sliding forward, but you see again her footwork on display. So elusive from those defenders.
Come on, knocks it.
She played up against Samoa in that Australia A game last year in Apia in Samoa. You can see she's coming on here, making sure that scoreline comes out on the other side of the equation, Kiri. Big push from Australia again, but Samoa do well to keep it up, and they've got lines and runners crossing through the field, and it's Falaniko with the direct carry. There's a little knock on off the head, they've called it. But Woods end up with the ball, and she's rolling around trying to find support. Bone does well to take that heavy collision and embrace from Manusina. Anderson at first receiver tucks and goes forward. Wood wide for Nguamo. And the ball's lost in contact. Kaslik over the ball, steals it back. The steal is good from Kaslik, like we've seen her do many times before, but there was no advantage for Samoa.
Well, it's a scramble from both sides at the moment. Handling errors starting to become a bit of an issue. You see Tunana slotting into that 9 position for Manusina. Hana Rafui has done so well to control the attacking tempo of Manusina in this game. Heads to the bench.
Tunana with the feed for Manusina. Nice long pass down. Just off the side of the boot goes that kick, and not able to find any wide runners. Kolamua unable to get her hands on the ball for a long time for Samoa, and she's normally very damaging when she does have it. So it'll be Britt Merlot with her first line-out throw of the afternoon, and she hits the target, but Fernandez not able to reel it in. Kaslik direct and running. Similar to Ellis, just beating those defenders at ease. Kramer shifts onto Anderson. Ash Fernandez. And another turnover from Australia A in the contact, and Samoa looking to pounce back. The intensity hasn't shied at all in this match. Nguamo in around the breakdown. Paraisa with the wide passing, slick hands from Samoa at the Kolamua. And she's able to do things like that when the ball is in her hand. Watau unable to keep on her hands on possession. And it's Australia that turn it over again. A real tit-for-tat contest at the minute. Wood decides she wants none of it and kicks it out of there. She turns Salele inside out, and a little knock on from Manusina gifts Australia possession in a perfect attacking platform.
Well, again, just both sides just struggling to build attacking cohesion, getting those phase plays up and going. Sammy Wood sending down the kick for the settler. And Salele, she looks like she just put a fingertip on it. Was caught there by the referee.
So score still stands 38 points to 10, 67 minutes gone in this match. Sammy Wood secretly sharing her messages to her backline. What attacking player they're going to look to unleash. You've got Kaslik on this left-hand side, Ellis on the right-hand side, both with electric feet. And she opts to go right through Kramer. A little darting jink through, but Salele's there at the back to scoop it up. And she sticks it on the boot and clears it out.
It was read and collected well from Salele. And then again, just to get the clearance away. There's many advantages of Manusina that they'll take away from this match defensively and attacking-wise, trying their best to get their running game going.
Merlot off the top to Cody, and Tui Nakavadra always knows how to get forward momentum. Brown sweeping around off the line out. She gets a strong carry in. It's the foot of Moleka causes the knock on to Wood. Kaslik low chop on Seo. She looks to go again. Sister of former Wallaby, Scott Seo. And applied her trade at the Brumbies this year as well.
That's your own player's leg.
Referee communicating that there's a lot of carnage going in at those breakdowns at the minute.
And use it.
Samoa take it back inside their own 22.
Stop, retreat.
Long deep kick and Ellis is underneath it. She steps off the left again and she accelerates. Ellis puts it to the boot for a little chip and chase. How much confidence has Ellis got? And Vatau, she picks up on that loose ball and it's back in Samoa's hands again, and they've found their own little space here. And it's Merlot who has to drag down Mamia. Another little chip over and it's a high, long looping kick. Ruby Anderson ends up on the other side of it. Wood darting by herself, but she's isolating. It takes carnage to come through to clean that up. Cody's strong in her carries. Kramer, and the space just opens up for Tui Nakavadra. There's some hot pursuit, but she'll roll her way over the white line, and Tui Nakavadra breaks apart the Samoan defenders.
Tabua Tui Nakavadra. It's probably not too often that she finds herself in so much open space, but she just charges for that line. It's a lovely ball from Kramer. Tui Nakavadra almost caught a few meters out, just does enough to roll over to the line. The defensive effort from Fa'alua Tunana. Grasping onto that jersey, trying to do everything she can, but the momentum too much for the number 8.
20 seconds.
A valiant chase from Tuananga. Tui Nakavadra so hard to bring down. And Kramer adds the extras. It sees Australia push out to 45 points. One try short of the half century. And it just parted like the sea, Kiri.
It's one of the more experienced players lining up for this Australia A side this afternoon. So good opportunity for her to have a run with that ball in space.
That one would have stung for the Manusina women. It would have been a real chop change possession piece of attack from both sides. Salele deep with her kick. Ellis fumbled that one, unable to see in the sun. You saw her hand come up. And a knock on there for Australia A.
She's been a headache for anyone in a blue jersey in this second half, but she puts her hand up in apology for the error for that one. Manusina haven't had many opportunities entering the opposition's 22, so scrum time about 15 metres out.
One of their first entries down here in the second half, and Tunanga with the feed. The shove coming from Australia A, but they're able to hold that. And it's Curry who sweeps around again from the side. The space is there for Salele. And Kolamua strong in her carry. Ellis is over the ball, but she's told to release. Samoa edging closer and closer again. They go to their forwards now out the back. Sio gets them just 7 metres short. It goes to Pararaisa. She'll tuck and dip into the contact from Kaslik.
No, get back.
Tuinanga sizing up who she's got in support. Onisemo Tuilipa, the older sister of the twins. With her carry, a place kick up and go from Mamea. The experience of Mamea opens up. And she dots down for Manusina.
Anna Mamea just strength straight through the middle. Another well-worked team try from Manusina. Trying to expose the space down this right-hand side. And you just see here Michelle Curry holding up that ball long enough for Salele to get some momentum. Cole Amua also involved, but this forward pack from Manusina so direct and so strong. Anna Mamea, just the one defender on her, and Cody pumps her legs.
Anna Mamea, one of the more experienced for Manusina, as the kick flies over and takes Samoa to 17 points in their score sheet. Australia still leading 45 points to 17. You can see a loose boot on the field there as well. Mamea with 14 caps for Samoa, making her debut all the way back in 2020. She showed every bit of class and experience to dot over the line there. Kramer looking for Flynn again, but well taken from Onesemo Tuilipa. There's Rialani, older sister. Samoa gaining some momentum off the back of their score. Maleka charges out of the line, but Patiachung able to get away from that with her elusive feet. The turnover's good from Merlot. A deep kick over the top sees the Australian chasers coming through. Irwin's in hot pursuit. She's on top and she's looking to get the clear out, but she's told to stay out of it. Samoa have done well to hold on to possession there. Look to set, get clear.
Use it. Wait in front. Hold for your wing up, wait.
Kramer's underneath the deep kick, and Ellis in open space again. Long wide pass to Kaslik, and the hands are on for Flynn. It was too simple. A little 2-on-1 for Piper Flynn. And Kaslik, brilliant interchange of play, sees Australia go over again to notch up the half century. A very dominant display thus far, Kiri.
Well, it's the kicking game from Australia that's making the difference at the moment. The ability just to send it, and the return from Manusina is very shallow. Ellis, long pass out to Kaslik, and again, the weighted ball from Kaslik to draw those last few defenders in. Piper Flynn, no one in front of her, is able to extend this lead for Australia A to 50 points. The team is really just trying to find their strides.
Kramer just hits the post, the left-hand post off that one.
As we said, just tactically from Australia 8, doing the most to pressure Manusina deep, deep within their own half, and then on those kick returns, just having that ability to play with space and time.
And when you've got the best in the world in Charlotte Caslick able to exploit that space, it's easy to be able to finish a try like that for Piper Flynn. Brown with the return for Australia A.
Ball's available, you can use it.
Wood being able to use it. Ellis in first receiver. Cody dancing her way down the field. Maleka putting a pressure pass on Tui Nakavadra. Needed to just carry in that instance.
Yeah, that's right, Alicia. There were Manusina defenders already in the channel. Maleka, she either needed to utilise the players out the back or just carry herself. And Tabua Tui Nakavadra having to catch that one with a number of defenders already on her.
And a positive of the Manusina defensive line today is how much they have continually shot up out of that line and put those first and second receivers under pressure. And now here, an opportunity to show some of their flair in their attack as well. Tunanga taps number 8 off the back, and she's there in support. Waiting for a halfback to come. Antonio always up for a carry. Filimua putting her hand up as well. Fatau, Salele, hands interchange to Falaniko, who's always darting and weaving through the defenders. Demiela Onisimo to Alifa with her carry. Oh, and it's a little interchange. Sees the space open up for Iva. And the arriving attackers from Samoa unable to maintain possession, and Australia A have turned it over. So close from, excuse me, from Manusina. And it's Anderson who's barreled into touch from Kolamua. Taking the short side option, potentially not the one.
Well, the injection from the reserves, this Manusina side, Madieva finding herself in a bit of space, just meters away from the try line, and Manusina losing possession, but Kolamua trying everything to get her team back into this game.
Some slight confusion from both sides there on the line out. Too many numbers from Australia, and then Samoa not getting in the air. And they're into full time here. The clock is in the red. But Samoa are not giving up. They want to finish with another try, and they are around the corner with that brilliant offload from Duinanga. They still had more in the back, and they finished brilliantly. Do Manusina.
Filimoa, she's happy about that one. The line out from Manusina executed perfectly, and this team just loves to play ball in hand. The offloads have been working for them all afternoon. Tunana with a lovely little offload just at the end there to link up with the front rower, Filimoa. This Manusina side have certainly been impressive in their attacking moments.
Fatau with the conversion that goes just to the right. And it's Samoa Manusina who have the final say with that last try to Filimua. But Australia A end up on top, beating the Manusina 50 points to 22 here at Viking Park in Canberra. A fantastic clash between two sides that are set to face each other at the Rugby World Cup later this year. And a great building block for more of what's to come later in the year, Kiri Barker.
Impressive outing for both sides. Australia A just running away with it. 50 points. I'll certainly be happy with a number of tries on Park. Manusina, a lot of takeaways from that game, but moments of brilliance from the girls in blue.
And it was a contested, highly contested match this afternoon, and we'll look through some of the highlights of the second half. Manusina opened the account for Samoa.
Well, they had the deficit coming into the second half, so they needed to score first, and that they did. Salele, big minutes this afternoon. Was able to score first in the second half, but Australia A, lovely constructed maul. Certainly no stopping them. Emily Chancellor, skipper for the afternoon, gets a 5-pointer to her name, and the girls in goal just getting to work. Waiaria Ellis, the footwork on display from the youngster in the two different coloured boots. And again, just this width play to Buatui Nakavadra in some open space. Manusina Tuinana doing all she could to hold her up, but Manusina, they weren't going to go without a fight, and the injection from the reserves, especially in the front row. Anna Mamea, the experience, gets a 5-pointer for the afternoon, and there's nothing more the girls in gold love than a bit of space and the ability to shift. Piper Flynn, very impressive. First time in a gold jersey and a try to her name. It was Manusina to round out the game, to finish on a high. Lovely dodge back down the blind side. The offloads for Manusina, impressive for the afternoon, and Filimawa to close out the game.
Some brilliant takeaways for both sides out of this game. Australia A finishing with 50 points, 7 tries and 5 conversions, and Manusina on 22 with 4 tries and just the 1 conversion for today. A fantastic representation of what's yet to come for both of these sides. And a big, big thank you for joining us in commentary today and watching on with this fixture. And a big whaawhiti lava for all our viewers over in Samoa as well for tuning in to Rugby.com.au for today's international fixture. I am Alicia Lucas, and joining me in commentary was Kiri Barker, and thank you so much for being with us today.